Isaac. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Isaac.
Hey,
Yeah.
everybody out there in Streamland. Welcome to another night here on Girl Code
Welcome.
Dialogue Podcast. I'm so excited, man. As you can see, I don't know, go ahead and pan across. We do have a special guest, Miss Fun Size
Hey, fun
Firefly.
size. Hey.
Oh, yay. Welcome. Thank you, handsome
Yeah, so.
girlfriend.
I'm excited. Although you might also see in that pan that someone is missing like right
She
here,
is
and that
living.
is Trixie. And for the audio, y'all don't know where that's at, but in the middle between, of course, lovely and sweetest. That's where she always sits, and it's empty there. well, she's having a great time. Yeah.
Come on over, fun size.
We're gonna come in. We're gonna
Where
get
are
some
you,
warmth.
Trinity? Come back to us.
She's out there. She'll probably watch us later. So big shout out to Trixie out
We
there.
love you, sister.
She is repping Meta Horizon Worlds at GDC. If you don't know what GDC is, it's a huge conference for like game developers.
Gaming developers. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a game
Like,
development conference, period.
It's like the biggest one, man. Like it is like huge. Like I mean, like they have a slew of like independent gamers and then like seasoned gamers. It's just like it's like a mix. It's like what I want indie tours to be.
Exactly. They got gamers. They got people that
You
create
got
games.
everybody,
It's
everything,
so
all
dope.
levels. You know, it doesn't matter. Because today at Indie Tours we spotlighted ladies. We started our theme season, right? We started off with the ladies tonight. And Miss Fun Size, welcome to the Girl Code Dialogue.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Hi, guys.
Yes.
Why don't you let everybody know in our audience, shout out to everybody in the audience today, what you do here in this space?
All right. Well, my name is Fun Size Firefly. I have a team, and we kind of go around supporting creators. We also run our own things. Me and Fade have been working together lately, and we've been running our own events and stuff like that. I do have also a world called Firefly Connections, where we'll run it 3 times a week, and one day out of the three, we'll pick a creator that's advertising in the world and go support them for a few hours and help, bring in their numbers and bring the community together.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
dope.
wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that so much more now going on in this space this year recently, more than I have seen
Mm.
in the prior years. And I'm so excited about that. Do you think that this has anything to do with maybe like $50 million being on the table now?
Maybe.
Is somebody?
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, right? That always changes like your perspective on things. You know what I mean? Like on how you look at things and how you approach things. Because I think everybody at first comes in here, like I came in here playing a game. You know what I mean? Literally,
Right.
that was the only
Mhm.
reason why I came in here was to go and shoot people up and laugh about it later. And now, you know, and now, we got indie tours and now we're doing the podcast and we're doing other things and we got so much stuff going on. I think
There's
it's
so
so
much going on.
amazing. And I think like supporting is so amazing, which brings me to the question. Dum, dum, dum. Right now, I don't know why I did that, but like, like
You
a
need a
girl,
button.
right? Uh, just like a whole slew of sound effects.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for like DJ Spade's thing to like go off
I
soon. I'm like,
know.
I'm expecting it any minute. But like, but in girl code, right? Like, what does that mean to you as a woman in this space that's creating and building and doing things? What does that
Ooh,
look like to you?
yes. So girl code in general to me is like respect, loyalty, respecting boundaries, helping each other out instead of bringing women down, bring them up. Because a lot of people forget that too, like everybody's always tearing each other down, and it's about uplifting women and not, bringing them down and tearing them down at every inch or, thing that you can get. It's working together and bringing it up instead of down, that's girl code to me. I think it's a lot of people forgot that, so it's like you got to try to bring it back in. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people forget like the basic basic human decency. I think people forget
Exactly.
that whenever, you know, and it's been happening ever since we started getting those CDs, in the mail that said AOL. You know,
Right.
we
And
used to like
Juno.
literally we used to
Dial up.
sit through that, right? We would sit through that so we can get on the internet just so we could talk shit. Or some people, I
Some
never
people.
did that. I was never like a big. I was more of like I always wanted to create shit. Like I always wanted to like Photoshop and whatever I can like
Right.
create or draw the new like little drawing apps they would have that were cool back then, even though they only had like 5 colors. You know, so
Oh,
I
you
always
weren't
did
a
stuff like
troll?
that. I
Yeah.
wasn't a
A
troll.
troll.
No, I
I was
wasn't.
a
I wasn't.
hacker
You
and
told
a
me this
troll in
was.
the 90s.
Okay. I had a
I
feeling.
wasn't. Yeah, yeah.
I
I
was
know.
the first wave of hackers and trolls back in like 97,
A
98.
sweet
Yeah,
ass.
that was me.
Right.
And I was selling CDs and selling music because nobody else was able to do it because nobody know how to get on IRC and MIRC. So I
Right.
was doing all that. This was before Napster and LimeWire. So yeah, I was a part of that first
Napster,
wave.
LimeWire.
See, you done
I
said
didn't know
something.
that.
I almost got a bug just hearing those names again.
Yeah.
Firewall, firewall.
Oh man. See that man, but like
That's the guy
Yeah.
snoring at the door.
Yeah, they all
I think it's so cool
There's a guy
too. We got
Really?
so many people in the audience. Look, why don't we say
don't
hi
wake
to
him
some
up.
people in the
Yes.
Don't
audience
wake him
real
up.
quick? Over here we got Lori. What's up, Lori? Our mommy Isaac over here repping that
My
Sailor
daughter
Moon.
over there, my oh
Oh,
my
there.
darling, my
Yeah.
daughter. Hey, baby.
Yeah, we got YG and Boss Leo, Johan, and
Hey,
Benny.
bossy.
Benny
Hey,
is a jet.
YG.
I just wanted to say it. Like I
Yes.
couldn't. I almost didn't read it. I almost sung it. Like Benny and the jet. Like big shout out to Whitby and Monkey Jerker. Man, just honestly looking
Monkey
around,
Not
jerker?
monkey jerker. I can't
Murky
believe he
Jerker.
back. Welcome back,
Colonel Wilson.
baby.
That damn name just
Yeah.
offends me every
That
time.
I
I'm
know,
glad
right?
you got
Once
your name
when
back, honey.
You know
when
I
when you
can't
start
stay
going
away
only
too
audio,
long.
are people the people that are like are crazy enough to like tune in and listen for whatever drive they're on? They're gonna be like monkey jerker. And let me tell you somewhere, you can still be loved in this space with a name like that. Okay,
And
like
we love him so much, and he is so dope and amazing. So
big
we love you, Monkey
facts.
Jerker. You're our family. Keep jerking those monkeys.
Well, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful saying stuff like that, right? No,
Oh, I'm
so
sorry. I'm
earlier
sorry. I'm
today,
sorry.
no, we had
I said what I
meditators in the
said.
building, right, during an indie tour, and like he had the names of like people that we know, like so you automatically don't assume that it's like some random or whatever,
Yeah.
right? So which is a clever idea, you know what I mean? If you're trying to get dirt
Right.
on people and you're trying to unsuspectively, that shit don't work with people like me because I'm just way too fucking aware. I was in survival
Right.
mode since I was 13, so
Same.
like you're gonna have to do a little bit better than that, but but he
It's a
was in
good
the
try.
audience today, you know. But it was just like, and I keep hearing like, meditators, they do these things, so that way, they conform it to their fitting, right? They'll get some piece of information and they'll edit it and twerk it into what
They'll
fits
manipulate it
Right.
the narrative, right? Which kind of just
I don't
honestly
twerk
makes
better.
me think like
into a
of
lie.
cheaters, of like reality
Oh
TV
shoot.
in general, right?
Yeah.
Because like Mona Scott, no shit, right? Mona Scott, right, is
Oh
in charge of
boy.
all these amazing reality shows that make lots and lots of money. But boy, talk about the manipulation on these people's lives and like the cost of that, right? The cost
Yeah.
of giving up like, and looking like an
Selling your
idiot and
soul.
being manipulated to look like an
Sell your
idiot,
soul.
you know what I mean, for a
Yeah.
paycheck, and then being all disguised as empowerment or as
Oh,
like
Mhm.
we're doing a social experiment to make you better. That's
yeah.
bullshit.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean? That's
complete bullshit.
bullshit.
Mhm.
The difference between like what she's doing versus what goes on in here with meta cheesers is that at least Mona is gracious enough to get a contract and kind
Yeah.
of like and pay people for their release and the relinquishing of their dignity, whereas here
Yeah.
it's not. And they just lie and just
They
kind of
just
like almost
Lie and
ambush you into
lie
bullshit
and
without
lie.
nothing
Yes.
being in exchange.
it,
You know what I
you know, it's
mean?
so funny
It's
because
so
I
bad.
thought about that. I thought about that, right? Because I was, we have a user here. I'm not gonna say her name because she usually comes in here. She's amazing. I'm gonna say her name because
Mhm.
everybody should know who she is. Her name is Lily Zoe, and I'm telling you, like when I tell you,
Yes.
every time she comes into any tours or anywhere I'm at, whenever she's there, like
I
I
love
like to
her.
fall in her arms, right? It's because
Yeah.
like
Me too.
she just feels so comfortable. What I mean, she just has like this
Uh-huh.
really beautiful spirit. I call her my safe spot.
Yeah.
She's my
Yeah.
safe spot. So whenever I'm like overexhausted, and today I am, ladies, y'all know what's going on.
Uh,
You know what I mean? So it's just like it's horrible. So all the
yeah.
ladies out there can relate. And so I'm like
Oh,
laying
yes.
down in there because I really need her today. So I'm just like, oh, you safe spot, right? And so then I look up and I notice that these two cameras, and their names of Johnny, and we know Johnny, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I kind of peep like they ain't these people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So then
Mhm.
it dawned on me on my thing, like, man, how could that be twisted? Me laying and like, oh, shoot to the cue, lesbo, like,
Right. Because
you
Exactly.
know, it
everything
kind
and
of reminds
anything
me of
here.
like tabloid type stuff, doesn't it?
That's what
Or
it
no? Or is it
is.
just me?
No, it's
No,
not just you.
It
That's
is
what
the
what
it
it
truth.
is.
It's
is.
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just thought about this. Honestly, I was just the only reason why I'm bringing it up because it just happened. We just out
Right.
there in the stream. If you don't follow or you don't watch our tours, we just finished our creator spotlight tour right before we headed over here. So sure to go check that out. But you know, it just happened, because he was over there, and I was just laying there, and I was just thinking, and he said some shit to Fade or whatever, trying, doing what he does, and so like, to me, I guess why I because like to me, it's like I
Um,
don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? I think that's my
Exactly.
problem.
That
Like
part.
I don't care. Like I personally don't care because there ain't nothing that you can say or do or
I
whatever
don't
That
that's gonna
either.
make
part.
me feel any type of way.
Yeah.
I'll do it my
But
damn self. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Absolutely.
So like,
Hmm. I feel the same exact way.
like
Like I said, you could say
I
whatever the
don't
hell you
care.
want to
So I
say.
guess
You
that's
can make
why
whatever
like
video you
it
want to
doesn't
make.
bother me that
It
he's
don't
like
bother
running
me because I
around
know who I
with
am and my
his fake
friends know who
bots.
I am. You know, so it's
right,
like
but you guys
that's
don't
all. Yeah.
care, and I don't
Exactly.
care. But let me tell you, people like
Hmm.
my sweet sister, baby Angel, that got harassed. I'm gonna say her name so
Yeah.
that you guys know she is one of the sweetest people in this space that got harassed. Guess what? She got harassed by those people for content, and I'm gonna say the other person, Chirac Picasso, also got harassed. These are two people that I know personally, on top of other people that got harassed in 2023, and just for the purpose of content. So you guys might not
Right.
care. But other
Mhm.
people handle shit differently. And I
Right.
handle, like, if
See, and
somebody
I think
comes at me in a way, I'm gonna be like, okay, fuck you, it's fine. But a lot of people shut
Absolutely.
down, and a lot of people will be
Mhm.
at a different space,
Yeah.
and
See,
they
but I
will
think
take it differently.
like I'm not even gonna lie, like back in the day there was rumors about me and stuff like that, like all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, it was bad. It got gross. Yeah, like I mean, like it got like really, really ugly to the point like of doxing and all kinds of stuff. I'm
Oh,
very,
it's
very
awful.
overprotective and stuff like that, right? And I was in that space one time where I did allow that stuff to bother me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think it was also because I didn't really fully transition to where I was fully myself in this space. Because my non give a fucks aren't just in here. They're also in the real world too. Like how I am in these last 2 years, fully being out, like just merging who I am, my personality in real life, and my personality in here, and knowing how to maneuver with that confidence in this space. I think like back then I would have definitely like allowed it to shut me down and really bring me out. But then like when I really figured out like it really doesn't have a bearing on who I am because
It does on your safety though, sis, because when you're talking about doxing, you're talking about people that are very dangerous giving your address. I had a girlfriend of mine back in 2020,
Mhm.
2017 that got doxed on an app called Bigo. And guess what? She got beat up and her son got killed. So it might not have an effect
Wow.
on your emotions,
Right.
but let me actually cause something, even if you're like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. But people having your personal information and putting it out there and doxing, which is where they take personal, private information and put it in the public,
See,
that's
but I
very
think that's
dangerous.
when it needs to
Because
go to
regardless of
the
what you
law.
feel,
You know what I mean?
regardless what you feel, and it went to the law
Mhm.
because there was a protection order put against. But the fact that they got that information because it was doxed and put out there put her in danger. And not only was she victimized, but her child is no longer here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
That's because people
crazy.
are fucking
It's
crazy.
not
It
just
is. It's
emotional
But
stuff,
real.
it's
though.
not.
It
But
is,
that's
but
not.
it's
That's
not just
not.
emotional.
That's
It's
not
not just
just
about
in
our
here.
feelings, though.
That's
It's
safety
everywhere.
everywhere.
Mhm.
Like
Exactly. But
everywhere.
everything that's in here is also everywhere out there. It's not just something that's in meta. Everything that we experience in here is
Very.
something out there as well. The doxing is not just here. The
See,
bullying is not just
and
here.
and
It's
that's what I
everywhere.
mean by merging the two, because like how I am in here outside, like my safety is the same way in here. The same measures that I would take in real life are the same measures that I would take in here, honey. I will
Take
go
here.
after
Right.
everything. I will call every fucking any and every single thing for my safety, just like I will in real life. It doesn't matter. And I
Right.
think
Mhm.
making sure that as a community we also talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that's like
Facts.
why we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
it had me thinking. It got me thinking, having him running around, and then hearing Fade something, and I was just laying there in my living zone, in my safe spot. In my safe spot. I'm just laying in my safe spot, and this is like, how can somebody miscure this? You know,
Yeah.
but
So
it could
it's
be.
Exactly.
mhm.
But it could be. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It could be. And like that, to me, I wouldn't give a fuck, right? I truly wouldn't. But the mama nature inside of me, and the protectiveness that would come over, what I would feel third party through Zoe would just send me crazy. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You're
it would,
right. Yeah.
you get what I
Facts.
mean? Because
Absolutely.
Same.
so that's why I'm actually talking about it, because I was thinking about it. I was really thinking about this, because it was like, it's on the verge of, because we're in such a space of in this space in general, VR, right? We're in
Mhm.
this moment of transition of whether or not what we're going to do here in a business sense is actually going to take off or it's not. Are we going to be able to show and prove that
Mm-hmm.
we can actually get major investors and major companies to come in here and invest in this community like we do? You get what I
Right.
mean? And so
Mhm.
it's like, it gets me thinking, like,
Right.
with that being said, in the beginning of that as well, where's the fine line between entertainment and just being malicious?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So yeah,
Mhm.
it's a
Yeah, I get that. Like the fine line between entertainment and being malicious is absolutely where you like just even at just a baseline, it's like where you wouldn't want people,
Yeah.
like most people that are trolls and do like mean things, they wouldn't want anybody to
Mhm.
know their identity because they hide
Mhm.
behind an identity. So that right there is like, okay, well, they go to great lengths to hide like their IP address and all these things so that people don't know who they are, so that they can't do to them what they're doing to others.
Exactly.
That is like the
which
big
is
part of that, you
which
know?
now, guys, now, like, I think, like, even now, right, like, and it's great because it's going to go right into our next topic of the night, which is now AI, being AI in this space, and us using AI for creativity. When does
Yeah.
AI stop becoming just for creativity, and when does it start being used for that, and how can we prevent that
That's
as
yeah.
a community
Exactly.
together? I mean, especially as women, because I think not for nothing, men go through it too. You know what I mean? Men go through so
Mhm.
much harassment as well. when it comes to,
Mm-hmm.
especially our LBG, and Q community too, as well. T, like all of them. You know what I mean? Like they go through it too. People mess with them just as much. You know what I
Girl,
mean?
Yeah.
Because they feel they have the illusion of not,
girl, you
like
funny.
being out there. And I always think like this.
I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry. You be it's the LGBTQAI plus community, girl. You be like
Listen, I'm dyslexic,
LGGG.
okay? I be trying. I swear to God, I
Tried.
try.
She
Girl,
really
it's shit funny
did.
as hell.
I
I'm
know.
sorry. I love Sue. I just cannot
I
help
know.
it.
You know her better
That's
than
my
anyone. You
baby.
know exactly.
That's my baby right there. Shit. God, I love it. The most loving person I know on this planet, but that shit is funny when she butchered it.
For all the gamer tags.
I know, poor
He's like
gamers.
Zoila.
Like being a gamer is different because like I usually play like PvP games, right? And they're like, in there you don't really care. You're just calling them all kinds of F words. You know what I mean? Like, so it didn't matter if I could say their name or not. You know what I mean? And then when
You're
I
like,
started
oh,
coming
or
into
whatever the fuck your name
yeah,
is.
and now that
I'm
and
beating
now
your
that I
ass though.
started like now that I'm in like a social app, you know what I mean? That also has gaming with it. It's a little different because I gotta actually remember your name and like say it.
Yeah,
Like
that's
thank God,
funny as
like all
hell.
my people have easy names, like literally
Yeah.
sweetest,
Yeah.
lovely, Nick.
Yeah. What I was trying to
I'm about to
say.
change it to something real
I
intricate,
know.
girl. Come on, lovely. We gotta think of something.
I'm down. I'm tired of this name. No, just kidding.
No, but no, but seriously, like with
Yeah.
AI, like with AI coming in now, right? And being implemented so much in all apps, really, it's being used so much, and now you have an app that literally can generate a game for you, right? Like,
Right.
and so I mean, it writes the code, it does all that. Now it's in beta. Nick actually got early access to it, and he actually streamed it
Mhm.
the other day to see it. And he did the
You the
first game,
man, Nick.
this little vampire game, right? And it was
His
like
face.
box. It was like, it reminded me of like those 90
So
or
cute.
early 90
I
games,
know it's
where
so
they were
adorable. I love Nick.
blocks,
That's
you
my
know?
brother.
It poor
Sorry.
guy, he's been going through it all week. So like
We know we
Oh.
gotta love him. I'm
you know,
sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. He's a good guy, man. I am really like, what they always say. They always say if you catch yourself being in your little girl mode, you know what I mean, a
Yeah.
lot more frequently, then you're in a good space.
Oh,
And I
Yeah.
am. I am.
Oh.
Because I can only be like that when I'm really with my brother and my mom, like my family, like my
I'm always a
close
grown
friends,
man. It's
like
fine.
where I'm like fucking crazy.
Oh,
No, I mean like I'm
sweetest. That's
crazy.
not
Like
fair.
I like have to say like, oh, I just be like doing random things,
Yeah.
like pull down your pants when no
Oh,
one, when you're standing
She's
in
so
the
oh, my
kitchen and so
Sue
like
baby. Oh, I love her. I'm sorry.
I am autistic. I can't
You
help
gonna
it.
make me
Like I
cry,
sense
girl.
I
I'm
sense
gonna cry. I'm serious. Oh, my
Oh, well, stop
baby.
it, because I'm emotional too.
I
Me
know.
too,
Don't
girl.
go there
You know what's
today.
going
Hey,
on?
This
not
is real girl
today.
You
code
know, I'm the
dialogue. Okay, if y'all
ringleader.
really want to know out there on the stream, you're like, oh, I thought we were going to hear something interesting. Well, this is it. Okay, this is what girls talk about. All right, we go through this, um, and it
We cry
sucks
and we wipe snot. Damn it.
all the time, and we can't help it because our mucus increases during this time as well. So I go around with a snot rag. And it's so
It is what it is, sissy
it is
pop.
what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I swear to God.
Oh my
I'm gonna. All right, back to AI and like meta stuff. Uh,
Don't
Did
cry.
y'all like my Sailor Moon?
I do.
I
I love
did.
it.
Did you
It's
see all
so
the Sailor
beautiful.
Moons
You
that walked
always do
in?
such
I
a good
know.
job, sissy. You did
And,
such a
and
good job. It's so
thank
beautiful.
you.
Like
You,
you.
you know what I want to tell
Yeah.
everybody about AI though, especially when it comes to property. And like I want more and more, especially like women, men, and gay men, everybody, more and more. to start using AI, because you got to remember AI only draws from a certain database, right?
Mhm.
Like they only have so much data. So if you got to remember when AI first came out, you know who was using it?
Yeah.
You know who was using it? Nerdy ass horny boys. That's what.
Oh.
So they, to generate a chick
Oh
with
shit.
boobs, you know what I mean, and like, look all hot and shit. Some, robot chick. You can do that easy. You know what I mean? But if you
I've
start
learned a
getting
lot
into
about AI in the
details,
past like 2 weeks, low key.
it's
I
so.
didn't know much about it until working with YG. He helped Meta Genre Music
Mhm.
do a project that has actually fucking taken off.
Yeah.
And we've gotten a lot more inquiries for business. YG on AI shit, and he's up there in the audience. But working with him and
Let's
him
go.
communicating with us and like, oh my god, I got this, this. I had no idea that it was that intricate. Like you do a lot of AI. I know other people that I had no idea that it was so much work that was
Oh
that
my
goes
god.
into all of that
It's a
and
lot.
having to generate and generate until like having him just communicate all that stuff back with us and having to communicate even some of that stuff back over with Empire and some of the stuff that we got going on with them now, like on that side. It's just crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah.
AI is
I don't
nothing small to fuck around with.
I don't think a lot of people know that actually,
No,
because I
I
get
had no
so,
idea.
when I do these, right, and I do the reels and I do the flyers and I do stuff
That
like that,
shit's hard,
I'll get a
and you know
message
that.
in there be like, hey, I don't like this, or hey, I don't like that, and I'm like, damn, do you know how long it took me to get that one? You know what
I
I
didn't
mean? Just
even
so I can
know
get
because
your
Yeah.
I'm like one
eyes.
of the main ones. I'm like, change my hair color. My hair is
Yeah,
supposed to be
because
orange. What the fuck?
and the
Now I'm
crazy
like,
thing about
damn.
it is
I'm be
because
like, oh, my
whenever you
bad.
open up an AI, right? Whenever you open up an AI, let's say you have an AI account that you don't use often, your meta AI that you use will start to learn you and your how your language is, and y'all will start to be able to communicate a lot better. But if you're using apps
Easy.
for the first time and they don't know your language, right? And you're just kind of like Clean AI, right? Even if you have a membership, that AI algorithm that you're going to be getting, you're not really going to know really what prompt and what language you really need to put it in. You can kind of know the format that you kind of want to go in, like with the camera
Yeah.
angles, movement, textures, lighting, all that stuff. You can kind of know the template of it, but it's not until you get that first generation to where you can see like, okay, now I know I need to change up this language here and put this here because I want it to come up. I want the sword to come up this way and this, but I have to make sure I keep them fucking bald. You know what I mean? You know
Girl,
what I
I had
mean?
no
So,
idea.
it's a lot. It's a lot of
I didn't
work.
even know. I
So
had no
so
idea,
and that's
girl.
why when people are
Shouts
like when
out to
people go
y'all.
when
Yeah.
people talk yeah, like when people talk about like, oh, oh, it's just AI, they just did AI work, and it's like, dude, you don't understand
It's a
the
lot.
prompting that actually has to go in to actually generate what you have in your brain. You're communicating your image that you have in your brain to big war going on with who's really going to be like, AI champ, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or Meta AI.
I
Which
feel
one?
like it's just going to be a blend of that. And I think it's super dope because
Mhm.
I'm meeting people like yourself. I'm meeting so many people, not even just in the metaverse, but, that are going to be people that I can see in that space, that like again, YG, I can see him as freaking talented as he is, and everything from DJing to building to everything, I can see him being someone in that space that is overseeing people. Yourself, as creative as you are, and how you are very pay so much attention to detail, and you're on the front end of this, and you have so many people you're connected in with, being able to tap into that space and doing all. I can see people like you guys actually being on the forefront of like what you're talking about, the people that are working for these companies that are training these AIs to be a lot more, like specific and more, I can see it.
more
I
more
see
more
it.
and I think like that is
Because
the
I'm even
goal where
Googling
we're
it. I'm
at.
Googling
Yeah.
it. I'm Googling the stuff that you're learning, that you're doing on the front end. I'm Googling, and people are offering those services. Offering the services that you have perfected to learn. Okay, this is how you do this, that. Like, what? I don't wouldn't know that, but you know that. YG knows that. I don't know how to do any of that, but you guys already do. And guess what? The services that I'm trying to Google and trying to figure out are and when I find people, I'm finding people that do stuff like what you guys do, and
See, and
I can reach out to people like you.
that's what it well like well that's what I'm hoping is changing now in this transition, is because I think like us uplifting and making sure that we are showing that we have this in our community. You know what I mean? Like Meta Horizon Worlds, right? For a long time, as a person, I used to look at it and be like, who are they getting their information from? Like literally, who is telling them that this is what the people are wanting, because
Exactly.
they don't know anything about what the
Mhm.
people are wanting. There was like maybe a couple and a few, like a handful that were actually in there that were like actually like, no, that, free for all, like opening, much different. And
Absolutely.
so, I think the ties are changing a lot more because they're giving up that opportunity and putting out the money and saying, look, there it is. Show me what you got. And so now, talent like this, talent like Fun Size, right, are able to start coming up and starting to show and prove what we can offer and bring to this space,
And
and
that's
Yeah.
amazing
Hell
to
yeah.
me.
and I think
Yeah.
that's where we're kind of at right now, right? Because no, no, do you mind if we get a little real, Fun Size?
Go ahead, girl. I'm
Like,
for it. Go
so
ahead.
Let's do it.
like
Let's go.
so like Fun Size was her. She's known to be around trolls, right? And like
Mhm.
her and have
Oh, yeah.
troll friends and stuff like that, right? And like
Ooh.
I talk about people about going through the
Mhm.
transition of when they first come in and how they go through all that. I talk about it
Right.
a lot, you know what I mean? But right,
Mhm.
and now, right, if you look at it and you talk to Fun Size now, right, it's a completely different energy, right? It's a
Yep.
completely different mindset, different perspective, different energy that is coming, and the effort that's being put forth. Right now, she's in there, she's doing Fun Size connections, right? And that's what that is doing in this space. That's what it's doing. It's changing the
Facts.
perspective and going, no, you
Yes.
know what I mean?
Absolutely.
No more bullshit. I mean, we heard from Savage today. He was up on stage, right? And like we all know,
Mhm.
MB is not the fucking, MB is MB. If you know, you know. Out there on the stream, you probably don't know. But you want
Yeah.
to have a good time.
Yeah.
You ever gone
I
to one
feel
of those
like
bars on the corner? You know what I mean? Where
hmm
you're gonna
Definitely
see some
believe in
type of
second
show.
chances too.
You know what I
There's
mean?
yeah.
second
That's
chances.
the
Mhm.
place.
Only like
Yeah.
two or three
But
though.
they're good at what
But
they
hey,
do.
that's about it.
It's been a long time.
You know. Yeah.
But
What up,
even at
Angelo?
this time, right? People are like, "Fuck the bullshit, no more."
Right.
Right? No
Yeah.
more feeding into it. And it's
Mhm.
that change of perspective that I
Yeah.
think putting that out there is doing, and it has opened up. I mean, we got Danica
Mhm.
City in the audience right now. Big shout out to Danica City out there. Stream. You didn't think I noticed, but I do. I
Hey,
always do.
Danica.
I'm a Virgo. I can't help
Yeah.
it. Why do you think this mirror is here? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'd be like so in survival mode, even in VR chat, like or wherever I am,
Same.
Verizon.
That's Earth
I would
signs,
be like
though.
that in VR chat though.
I
There's I
feel like
always be
that's
on.
Earth signs.
I'm scared in there. And the reason
Oh
why I'm
no.
not gonna lie is because I watched this documentary, and man, I'll tell you what, you got to do research because if I would have watched this documentary, I would have never went in there if I didn't know people, right? But it was talking about like these games in VR chat, like where they can like literally take all your information, like they can block you out, they can like these hackers,
Yes.
right?
They do.
Right. I saw this whole documentary thing.
Yeah.
So, like, for a long time in the beginning, that was one of the main reasons I wouldn't go out in public in VR chat. Like, I would just world hop, with me and Nick or, a couple of
Mhm.
friends or something like that. But, and then, like, so when I started going into into the community more, because, Horizon Worlds and VR chats communities are now merging a lot more and doing a lot more collabs on things, right? So, big shout out to everybody over there. And big shout out to actually the members the people from Altspace. They're actually the bridge, to be honest, of VR chat and Horizon Worlds. So big shout out to DJ Marcus. You can catch him on MetaMen. Yeah, I did a shameless plug, but whatever. Um, but like, yeah, oh fuck, man. Now I'm just rumbling. Somebody else take the fucking lead, man. I've been talking for too long. But are y'all excited about what's happening right now in Meta Horizons with this competition and everything? And where do you feel like you fall in that opportunity? Like, do you feel like you can really get out there and create a game with the information that is out there right
Absolutely
now?
not.
I was
For
gonna
me,
say the same.
no.
Mm.
Absolutely not. My team is working on something though. Me personally, I'm staying away from that because I have no idea. Me, I'm still struggling with Blender. I still struggle with making my AI shirts here on Meta. Like, I stay away from all that.
Same.
Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
now,
I'm learning little by little, but it's taking me a minute to get it.
now, is it just because like it's like me, right?
Mm,
I do all of this. Like this is all this is all me. But
right,
Nick is actually the technical person, right?
right,
I know to make none of this shit in Blender. None of it. I don't know how to use
right,
Blender for shit.
right. That's
But I can make all of this and texture it and I could, you know what I mean, and create this in other apps
yeah,
with the use of AI. I just happen to be a really good person with AI. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And so that gives me the leverage in that. And that's why I feel like, I can do that, but I still feel limited because I
Mhm.
don't know, like I know this world is heavy and I can make it less heavy by optimizing it a little bit more. I just don't know how to optimize it, right? So I have to, that's Nick's end. But but for me it's because not because the resources aren't out there, because I know the resources are out there. You know what
There's
I
a lot.
mean? Like I
There's a
know
lot.
that I could pop in like somebody that probably has ADHD like me and will skip a whole bunch of points, and just
Yeah.
get to the point, like X, Y, and Z. Bam. Okay, thank you. You know what I mean? I can't do the dry eyes. I just can't. I just can't. But no, we lost Sweetest, by the way.
We lost her.
um, but like, but for me, it's more like not more of a want. It's like that's not really where my focus is. You know what I mean? My
Right.
focus is a lot of the promotion, a lot of the AI, a lot of the marketing,
That's yeah.
a lot of the front
Mhm.
end type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's not really where my focus is. Is that one of the reasons why, or is it just because you just don't
Same
understand the
thing.
resources that Meta
It's
provides?
I'm like I said, I'm learning. It's taking me time to get there. But like you said, main focus is like here, working on the community and stuff like that. That's my main focus. I'm still learning Trimesh at that. Like I know how to bring in some things, but I'm old school. I like my prim. I like to build in prim. I'll use Trimesh if I have to, but I'm old school. I'm learning it. Like I said, the first time I opened Blender, I did look at it and I closed it, but I took a second chance and I'm trying to learn it again. I have people showing me little tips and tricks here and there. And if not, I do have some amazing friends who help bring it in for me. So it's not
Right.
it's not a need right now for me. Like I'm fine where I am with like doing my community stuff and my events and stuff. Like I'm fine there for now. But I do have,
See,
like I said, great friends who would help me if I need it.
and I think that's a great thing. So that like not just the audience, but also the people like on the stream, I really
Mhm.
understand is like you really don't have to have those type of skills. Like,
Right.
you think that everybody that is at the gaming developer conference right now is a fucking
Mm-hmm.
developer? Absolutely not. Each one of the, there's people that are needed to make something happen, from the front end all the way to the back end and in the middle end.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the point I kind of want to say out there to everybody on the stream is that you don't have to do that because I wonder that because they ask people like look at the resources and I wonder, is it easy to understand? I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
Not yeah. Like I said, I still fight with AI here on Meta. Like I'm still
Yeah,
I
I
struggle.
swear to God, I should probably look at it. I mean, I really should. But like, what about you, sweeties? How are you doing with Blender and stuff? Like, have you given it a go?
I've given it a go, but I just can't be bothered with it right now.
Right? Because you're more in the scripting area. See, we're just
Yeah, but
different.
I want to learn to do TypeScript because I already know that once we start, like myself and Daytona start building in Blender, I'm going to have to learn TypeScript. And so that's
Yeah.
something that I really want to learn. So I need to go and grovel at a couple people's feet, like a couple people that I know that do TypeScript, at their feet and be like, hey, you know how you taught me how to script in Code
You're
Blocks?
talking about, we're talking,
Can you
I know
please
exactly who you're talking
can,
about.
can you please teach me how to
This is one of the
script in
best
TypeScript?
scripters, man.
Too specifically that I'm gonna grovel at their feet. So we're
So
gonna
you already know that's
I'm gonna
coming
make it
out
there.
there.
It is. It's fine. They love me and I love them. It is what it is. You know who I'm talking about if you're out there. I'm coming for you.
I do too. He probably does too now. I probably should like clip this and send it to him. Be like the call out.
Right. Hooty hoo. I'm out here.
I'm just gonna get some like metaverse titty shoes and just throw it over like
Exactly, girl. Like I need you to teach me. Shit. It's hard. It's hard. It's very overwhelming because I'm not I came in here not knowing how to do scripting and then I learned that from three people specifically, but two more than anything. And I would like for them because they are TypeScript gurus. So I would love for them to kind of like just take me back under their wing for this. If not, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be by myself out here.
No, you're not. I'm telling you, man, women are just like, we are just like coming up, man. There's so many women on the rise. It's not even funny. So many talented women. And I love it because I'm telling you, man, the transformation has happened. Whether people like it or not, it's already taken effect. You know what I mean? People are already starting to say fuck the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let's work together and like let's show them what we got here. We're so much more as a community than this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I really see it in a lot of women and you can see the change, man, and it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Some people, they don't like it, but it is what it is. Um,
Yeah.
Doesn't
and some
matter.
people love it. You know what I mean?
Still
I
keep
mean,
going.
the cycle has to continue.
Yeah.
We actually, I can't really say everything because he's looking straight at me, but um, we
Nick,
we
quit looking at
we
my
have
sister like that.
we have something cooking. Man, I'm so excited. Like, let me tell you what. I haven't been excited about something that's been cooking in a long, long time. Not like this, right?
Oh,
Not
you must
where
be real excited because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
exactly, exactly. We're
Oh,
keeping this.
you keep it a
Keeping this a
secret.
secret.
Okay, Sue, huh?
I'm
Okay.
so excited. I'm so excited,
Really,
y'all.
Nick? Really,
Because
Sue
you
Ella?
know what? I always make things right. I always make things that I
Mm-hmm.
want to do, right? Like the toys.
Yeah.
I made them because I wanted to do it. I did this because I wanted to talk to my girls. You know what I mean? And I honestly wanted to go throughout the metaverse and talk throughout the women throughout the metaverse. So like this next thing that we're working on, man, part for it is part of what we're running with for one of the things we're running with towards um the competition, this competition. So I don't want to give out too many details because people be like,
Yeah,
what I'm
don't do
saying.
that.
But like, I can't wait to play this shit, y'all. Like, I can't wait, y'all. I swear to God, I've made
She's
the commercial
excited.
in my head about 50 times,
Uh,
y'all.
Excuse me.
Like,
Wow. So you can't even tell me
oh
nothing.
my God,
You've been
Trixie's
keeping this shit to
here.
yourself.
Look.
What
Trixie.
the heck?
Oh, why?
Yeah,
She's
I'm like,
Why,
oh,
frozen.
yo?
shit,
Now
y'all.
she's frozen.
She's frozen.
Come bring your
She's
frozen
fine, you guys.
dinosaur
Everyone's
hoodie
purple.
wearing self over here,
You're
girl.
frozen.
Oh, I think it's the internet's so bad here. I can barely see anything. It looks like I'm in a black box
Oh,
and everyone's purple.
Well, we see
you're
you.
so funny. You
Hello,
should see
hello.
how you're in here. You're like squatting. So for audio, man,
Oh my god.
I don't even know how to describe this one. She's just like her avatar is just squatting with her hands out. Like if you want to see it, you're just gonna have to go to our YouTube channel to go see that one because it's pretty funny.
Her scream always gets me. She's like,
Trixie, why do you say
I
that,
love it.
Charlene? Come forward. Come forward. Come out of the couch. There you go. All right. Oh, this is hilarious. I
Everyone's
gotta show
purple
her.
for me. It's so hilarious. Wow.
Wait, I gotta show
Taking a
you.
picture of
Wait.
everybody. Purple people. Purple people.
Where they purple
Everyone's
people.
purple. Okay, people are
Look,
like,
this is
okay,
what you look for.
I can see
So
now. I can
people out
see
there in the
Sweetest.
stream, Trixie
You
right
can see
now
me, okay,
is
girl.
in San
Everyone else is
Francisco
purple though.
for the gaming developer
She can
conference,
see
and
me
she's in
though.
her hotel, and
She
it's
can see
like
me,
wonky.
not
I'm
the
Can you
rest
see
of
actually
you
this
dressed
picture?
people.
up to go party right now.
She can see me, but just not the rest
It's
of you
Ah,
safety.
people.
she's
You know what I mean?
alive.
Oh,
Huh?
She can see me, just not the rest of you people. That's all. That's
Oh,
what
you
she
can see
said.
you now. She's
No,
actually
just
she,
let
like,
me just
oh,
point
she
that
can
out.
see me
She
now.
can see
Oh,
me.
no, she can see me now. So
No, she can't. She can't
yeah,
say
she
it.
and I
can.
can
Yeah, she
see
She
can.
said that to
fun
make you feel
size.
better.
No, she can see me. Yeah.
But she can't see you. I can't see
I
you
can see
now.
Mac
What
and
about you?
Isaac. No, Isaac, I can't see.
Oh, just
Everyone
kidding. I
besides
can
me.
see everything. I'm
Everyone,
sorry.
whatever.
Lovely then.
Whatever.
Lovely doesn't see me. She
Damn.
got like black
Oh
teeth
shit.
and she's
Well, you know
laughing at
what?
me. It's so
Oh
We
funny.
my
are
god.
we are
Black
actually at
teeth.
our last 10 minutes.
You
We are at
bad.
our last 10
Oh, I
minutes of
see
the
lovely
pod.
now.
So we might as well just go ahead and go through some shameless plugs real quick. I think we
Right.
should probably go through some shameless
And
plugs.
that's exactly
Yeah.
why I came here for my shameless plug.
Yes,
You did.
yes. Come in here for your shameless plug.
You said link in the bio.
Trick said she was not
We
gonna miss
definitely want to
this
see that.
shit. Y'all got her
Yeah.
messed up. That's right, sister. That's right.
Oh my
Did y'all want to start
god.
bringing back the not gonna lie questions or no? Or
No,
we
no,
just
no, no. We
like we're
good.
taxing that? We're
She's
gonna
like,
bury it?
I'm telling you,
Okay, we're
Sweetest did
burying
not
the
like
not
it.
gonna lie
Trixie was
ones.
not
We
feeling
might bring
it.
it back. I'm not sure. So real quick,
I think
everybody,
Mac
Slow
our
likes
ass
it.
shameless
people in the
plug
metaverse.
time.
They want to
I'm gonna
fight.
go ahead and go
Yeah,
first.
they
You
do.
know what it
Exactly.
is, man. Every Tuesday we
Exactly, sis. I'll
spotlight
fuck
four
them up.
creators here in Meta Horizon Worlds and soon in VR chat. So make sure to tune in for that or come in through mobile. All you have to do is download the app and make a Meta Horizon Worlds account, and then come on in. You can join in on the fun. After that, of course, we have the couch with our new four ladies, and also next week we have a beautiful woman who specializes in AI. She's actually a partner with Clean AI, which is really cool. She is
So nice.
multi-talented. She's actually not in Meta Horizon Worlds, so I'm very excited to have her on
Yeah.
our couch next week.
Yes,
So
yeah,
make sure
exactly.
to tune in for that. And then, of course, Sunday we have our Meta Men podcast at 10 p.m. Eastern, where the men get together and you get to hear all the stuff from the men's side. They be having some tea, so you might want to really tune in for that one. And then, of course, our bots parties and events took over our Thursday night party bus at 10 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to go check them out with our after party at MGM. I'm gonna pass the mic right over to Miss
Hey,
Sweetest Flower of
thank
MGM.
you. My name is Sweetest Flower. I'm one half of MGM Meta Genre Music. We are partnered with Empire Distribution and Records. We are an official distribution company and record label with Empire Music, Empire Records. If you know any musicians, it doesn't matter if they are already being distributed by people like DistroKid or anything. If you know anyone, make sure you send them over to us. We are doing some amazing big things in here, bridging the IRL, the real world with the metaverse. So if you know anyone that is looking for any type of services in the metaverse and they're just out in the real world, or anybody that's in the metaverse looking for services out there, make sure you send them straight to us. You can find us on Instagram, meta genre music underscore VR, Daytona underscore vibes, and sweetest flower underscore VR. Go on ahead.
All right. I'm Lovely240. Find me on Instagram at Lovely240_VR. Let's see. So I'm a part of Indie Tours. I am the World Scout with Trixie. So if you guys have any worlds you guys would like for us to check out, message me or her. I also run the Indie Tours VR Instagram. So send me your guys' flyers, like send me your guys' favorite worlds. I'm also now a part of, what do we call it? Faded
Faded
Fireflies. So
fireflies. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
real cute
so
and whatnot.
yes, helping, yeah, helping run world
Yeah.
with Fade and with Fun Size. So join us almost every
Yeah.
night.
Every night. And I am Fun Size
Same.
Firefly. Like
Every
Lovely
night.
told you, we now have, yeah, Monday through Saturday, we do events. Like I said, we go help and support other creators as well. If you would like that, just reach me on Instagram, Fun Size Firefly. And we actually have an event going on tonight, Tacky Tuesday.
Right after
Ooh,
this.
okay, I
Yay.
love
Right after here.
it.
Yep.
Yay. Well, Trixie made it in for her shameless
Yeah.
plugs. So go
Of
on,
course.
Trixie.
Tell them about it,
Shameless.
girl. Let them know who you
Give them
are,
up. Yeah,
sis.
that's right.
Okay, I'm Trixie ZN, and I have all my links in my bio on Instagram. That's basically my whole line to everybody. If you're not in VR, go check my Instagram. I'm serious.
I have some of
So
her
we have
links in
some
my
people who
bio
actually use
too,
LinkedIn
y'all.
still.
So
Yeah, links in bio. That's it. That's all you need to know. That's
How
my
is
name
it
with the
over
links
where
in
you're
bio.
at? Are you having a good time? Are you having a great time?
It's fun. Why are these young
Um,
guys asking for my number though? What the heck?
cause
You know
you're
I'm old. I'm
hot,
like an
baby.
aunt.
because
Look
you're
at
hot.
you.
I would
Everyone
too.
is dressed
If
up
I was
so
a
like
skinny
in like
boy.
Can I get your
normal
number,
no
Trixie? I
clothes.
mean, we're friends. I don't have your number.
Trixie.
Can I get your
Five
number,
five
girl?
five something or other. Yeah, we talk about so the most of the people here are dressed up in like normal, like like blending in clothes. I'm wearing bright red and like a short like
Oh,
ballerina skirts and high boots and I'm walking around.
she's literally her avatar.
Aw, you're
Yeah.
so cute. Oh my
Funny.
God.
I
You
know.
know what? Next, you know what I want? Like, this is what I'm going to manifest, right? We're going to walk into JDC next year and we're just going to be like, and we're going to do a slow motion walk. Okay. Like,
Oh
we're
yeah,
not,
like the
you
mean
know,
girls.
we're
Wait.
literally
Mean
going to
girls.
just slow walk. Yeah. That would be so much fun. I
Are we
don't
gonna
know
go next year?
why.
Okay, I'll be
I've been
ready for
dying.
next
I've
year,
been
I guess.
dying to slow
Creative.
walk with a whole
Like
bunch of chicks. Can we make that happen? Like I really want
Yeah.
to
we
do that.
can, yes.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of chicks. Actually, that's another thing I noticed. The ratio male to female is like 10-1. There's very few females at the
See, this
gym.
is what
I'll
we need
come.
more female. We need more
Well,
female
no,
I'll go next year.
energy.
I'll go. I'll
Yeah,
go.
well,
yeah.
guys,
I'll
yeah,
stop
Thursday
We
being
need to
night.
so
show
damn
them.
Thursday.
antisocial.
Big shout out to
Water
the
could,
Kawaii family representing beautiful, strong families and a
yeah.
strong, beautiful woman. Yes,
Woohoo!
leading that
Yes.
family and
We
her
getting them
children
on soon?
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes.
should. Yeah. Well, on
I
Indie
sent you a
Tours,
link
of
Trying.
for it.
course. Yeah, Indie Tours. Yeah. Man, I remember when I first went into their world. This was a long time ago. It just felt
Was it
so
that s'mores?
clean.
No, it
It
was like
felt no, no, no,
marshmallows.
no. It was one of their like first role playing ones, like their role playing worlds. That was hard.
Why my phone
Um,
ringing? People are trying to message
but it
me.
felt
Oops.
so clean in there. You know how you say like you can feel energy and stuff like that from people. Like I truly
Mm-hmm.
do be feeling like I could feel like people's energy, like their personality and stuff like that, because they created it. You know, they left
Yeah.
some their part of their energies in there. Well, anyway, with their worlds, every time you go into one of the worlds, and this is a big thing for the people out there, like you really don't understand what it's like to experience these creations in such an immersive way. I know some people out there, because Trixie already told us, like, yeah, I don't feel like maybe our avatars are cool or whatever, but it's
Mm-hmm.
really for the
Bad.
experience, even if
I
it's
think
not
they
for
look
the
cool.
avatars or for anything else. If you are a lover of art, if you are a lover of experiences, this is one of the best places to do it, because you get such a variety of different kind of creators with so many different vibes, so many different visions, that you can literally experience all of those in the privacy of your own home. So Yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, that is another night here in the Horizon World's Girl Code
Yes.
Dialogue. I want to
What's
thank
so bad about our
everybody.
avatars?
Yeah, I don't
We're
know.
No, for
cute.
me, these guys
I
would
thought
be
they were
because they wouldn't
cute. I
shag
thought
us.
they were
I
We
wanna
cute.
say.
are.
Literally,
We
what they
are.
because your avatars are
Oh,
not
you said they
sexy.
wouldn't shag us. Oh, so they're
Well,
like
they
them
would
horny,
also
like
like want like
avatar
compared to
weirdos.
real people. Like,
Okay.
I'm just telling what guys are telling me. But these are guys. Guys are like that, I guess. I was just chatting to a bunch of guys and they said no, they like don't find our avatar sexy. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, so
Well,
but they
I
got
didn't
them
know they
little
were
weird kinks
supposed
about them.
to.
But
Yeah,
it's
but they
okay.
find,
It's like the
but they
weird
want to be playing.
kinksters.
Yeah, they want to play. They're gamers, right? So they be playing all the
Yeah.
female shit. You know what I mean? They be like,
But
oh, I
that's
want to
what
be
you said. The
Katina
first
and
wave of the
Katana.
AI, like people were. Remember, you like, oh, they're like the horny dudes. Like, oh, they're
Yeah,
like,
no,
oh.
you know what? You know that they are.
I think
They
she said
are though.
nerdy.
I
And
know what you mean. And he talked about it on the
and
podcast.
so,
So
I'll
shit.
find that
So
clip.
shit
of course,
hasn't
it'll be the
changed,
horny
basically.
avatar dudes.
Is that what I'm hearing? It just hasn't changed. Like
No,
they're still little horny boys. So, like I didn't know.
Oh, speaking of AI, that's what Meta talked about. I think I put some on my, I posted some stuff on my stories
yeah, I
that they're
saw
gonna
it.
do. Like, you can actually build a world eventually in like 5 to 6 hours, basically from start to
Wow.
finish,
That is insane,
with
Mm.
dude. Can you
scripting and everything.
imagine? I told
Just like
you.
talking to the
Yes.
AI. I'm like,
If you
damn.
can make a game, a full
Wow.
game, whether or not it's just box or whatever, with the most basic
Damn, that
prompt,
takes away so
he
much.
used a stock prompt for that, guys. A stock
That's
prompt.
dope.
You know what that means? That means it was like 4 words. You know what I mean? And it
What?
created a whole
Wow.
game, whether and it was playable. It might have not, it was an old looking game, but could you imagine if you really got an prompt engineer in there? And yeah, that's right. I'm giving it a new name. Make it go viral.
That's what
This
you're
is going to
Prompt
be a
engineer.
job. This is going to be a
AI
fucking job,
engineer.
right? Right, YG. We're going to make this shit a job.
It's
Engineer
already a job,
already.
guys, to come up on mute to tell
Vice
you.
President to get in there,
Or
right?
if she's actually
Can you
here, I should say,
imagine the
they
kind of
having it
game you
talk
can
to
make
her.
in a fucking
Make
5 hours? I mean, it does TypeScript, it does everything. It even upgrades your guns. It even predicts what kind of guns to upgrade and how to upgrade them. It'll give you a whole financial play too, right? Isn't that what it did?
Yeah, yeah, it did
Yeah.
everything.
Okay, I had to clarify real quick. You know what I mean? I don't want to be talking on my ass because it's not mine.
Oh shit, my
You know what I
bad. I
mean?
didn't mean to do that.
But that's crazy. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what's coming up in VR, just like I can't wait to see what more we do here in Meta Horizon Worlds. And if you want to continue to see what we do here in Meta Horizons Worlds, make sure to tune in every week. And as I always say to everybody out there, thank you so much for being here. You are truly greatly appreciated. Many blessings and of course manifestations, unless ill intent, may that come back to you 2 times. That's another night here at Girl Code Dialogue. Big
Tenfold.
shout out and thank you so much, Fun Size Firefly, for
Thank
being here.
you. Thank
I
you.
appreciate it so
Thank
much, and
you.
everybody in the studio audience
Thanks,
for staying
guys.
with us throughout the whole podcast. And until next week, that's a wrap. Bye.
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 Ah,
Thank